Hello. Sam, your mic's fucking muted, mate.
I'm not saying anything, that's all.
Fucking stupid. Alright, welcome to the podcast. I'm Karmical, and today we're talking about everything that
Excuse me, you're
revolves
not gonna
around.
introduce me?
For
You
fuck's
are
sake, let me
comical.
just
Who
do.
am I? Jesus.
That's
Restart.
coming up, bro. That's coming up. Why the fuck?
Man won't introduce me, avocado. Look, what the fuck? Now you're gonna
I'm
restart.
gonna, I'm gonna love this podcast so fucking much. It's insane, actually.
This is also a relationship, guys. It's a friendly relationship, you know? It's not just dating, but all
Actually, he was
relationships.
telling me to show my butt for some reason. Didn't like that.
You were asking me to remove my shirt. You wanted to see my chest.
Your chest. My butt has more fucking stuff
Wait,
than your chest,
Carmical's
bro.
volume is low. Let me just quickly increase it. I don't think it should be.
Fucking cunt.
Yes, now you can restart. You may restart.
Finally, this can't swear to God.
Oh, yo, oopsie. Wrong thing. Am I on? Yes, I am. That's better.
Stupid.
Sorry. Oops,
Already
my
fucking
bad.
up, bro.
Apologies, guys. Now you may
Already
restart.
fucking up. Right, so welcome to the podcast, boys. As you know, I'm Karmical, and today we'll be discussing everything that revolves around relationships. But allow me to introduce my stupid co-host, IamReemas, otherwise known as Sam. So, Sam, what are we talking about today?
Hey,
What about
guys.
relationships?
How are you doing? Today, well, we're going to talk about all kinds of relationships. I know the title says relationships, which can be very misleading. It's not just dating and boyfriend and girlfriend, or a husband or a wife, or in Carmical's case, a boyfriends, but it's going to be all kinds of relationships. Your
Why?
friends,
Why would you do?
your family, cousins, sweet home Alabama. But yeah, we're going to talk about all of it. And we're going to talk about our experiences with relationships, different kinds of relationships, and most importantly, the bonus content, which is trauma.
No,
Are you ready, son? Are you ready?
I don't want to talk about trauma, bro.
Well, it is what it is. Should we
Yes,
start
it
with
is what
your
it is.
previous relationship first, or should we talk about mine?
Let's go with yours. Yours is more commonly known.
Mine's more commonly known as juicy.
Yeah, it's more
Juicy.
juicy than mine. Yeah.
Please tell me about your trauma. I'm ready. I think let's go with yours, Kamika. Let's talk about you first. So let's talk about friendly relationships first, right,
But yeah, that
Raghu,
was
my
like
friend?
sort of that wasn't like I don't even consider that a relationship now.
No, I was just
Like it
avoiding
was.
Sal since Sal is in the chat. That's all. Because she was like, yes, please tell us about your trauma. I'm ready. So I was just avoiding that. Right? I was avoiding that.
uh right. So my experience, my latest one, right?
No. Let's talk about something basic first. What do you think makes a relationship good? What are some green
Um,
flags?
green flags. You're saying?
Mm.
Well,
You're
there's a
wearing
lot
black.
really. I fucking hate you so much. Right. So one of the green flags for me is communication, but that's also a very broad fucking thing to say. What is communication, right? For me, communication is not just speaking, right? It's a lot of understanding rather than speaking and listening.
Hmm.
So you can speak as much as you like. You can communicate as much as you like, but like if your girlfriend or your boyfriend is not able to understand you, no fucking point, is there?
True. Do you think when you are in a relationship you're an understanding boyfriend?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I would agree too. Oh, what? I'm sorry. Yeah, I agree. You're a good boyfriend.
Sam, I
I've
have
heard.
told you not to tell people about that.
Oops.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I think Carmichael can be understanding. At the same time, I think it's because he expects people to be too blunt, all the time, which people are not. I think people are a lot.
Too blunt.
I
Can
think
you
people
explain?
are. I think people are a lot gray than simply black and white. because wait, no racism intended, guys, obviously. But I'm saying when it comes to people and their communication, they're not simply yes or no. They are in the gray. There is always like a big ass maybe, and when I say that maybe, it's not like in simple question answer form, but more like they don't want you to. They want you to try to find out what they're talking about instead of being like, you ask me something and I just straight up give it to you. In some situations, not in all situations, because
I would
that's
also
just
say,
toxic behavior.
talking about that thing directly, is that a lot of people say that they want direct communication. A lot of people do say that, but like they don't realize how direct I can be. They have no idea how direct I actually am. Stop moving a fucking
No,
camera.
this is better because I'm anyway looking here because your face is here, so it's just easier for me to communicate like this.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You just put communication in top of it, right? Yeah, nice, dickhead. Right. So, I think a lot of people don't like the idea of being direct, and a lot of people don't have the patience to try to understand where that's coming from. So many times I feel that if there's if there's a lot of directness, it may also mean that they don't really care to um, be, like beat around the bush, and try to place like a wall in front of people. Like one thing is like having boundaries, and another thing is like placing a full wall in front of you. So you have to just beat the wall with your fucking jackhammer or whatever to actually understand. But
Are you saying you've been in relationships where you are always like being blunt and trying to beat up a wall because the other has a wall around them?
yeah,
Hmm. And that obviously, of course, stems from whatever insecurities or bad past
well, I don't
experiences
want to
or
say
whatever trauma that they've
insecurities.
had.
Well, it could also stem from like, trauma, definitely. Trauma is a massive thing for it. Number two is of course insecurities. But I don't jump to that conclusion. I never
Okay.
jump to the conclusion of insecure. I jump to the conclusion of they need to protect themselves. That's the number one conclusion for me.
Do you think it's fair of them to push you away or maybe like uh do questionable things in and hide behind the banner of I'm protecting
What do you
myself?
mean by questionable? I don't know what you mean.
No, no, maybe like they overreact or they lash out on you because of the fact that, well, like you said, that there is something that they want to protect themselves from.
Well,
Do you think that's
lashing out
fair of them to do that, or do you think it's okay for them to do that?
depends on a lot of things. If they know how to communicate and understand, okay. Like right after, okay, so imagine they lashed out, right? And right after lashing out, I move away from that situation,
Hmm.
and they messaging me right back. They're not waiting a day, 2 days, 3 days to communicate about that.
That's like an entirely like a
Oh, you mean
major
like,
bloodied
just
flag.
okay, so just the basic idea of, is it okay to lash out? Mm, it's never okay to lash out on anything. I
Have
currently
you
did.
ever screamed at any of your previous girlfriends? Like you were actually angry and screaming at them, or like you were actually
No,
really loud.
no, I was never way too loud. Like the loud that you're talking about, I was never that much.
Have you ever shown them anger, even if it was, for example, in a softer tone?
I have shown a little bit of anger, yes. Well, not
I've
anger
shown
per
anger.
se, but like a little bit of disappointment. A lot of disappointment. I've shown a lot of disappointment. Like
Hmm.
if I feel disappointed by them, I've shown them that I'm disappointed. I've told them I'm disappointed, and I've also told them that I'm gonna stay away from this situation completely for now. So you can
Process
be
it.
with like whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you content. You can be with that thing, either person or your PC or whatever. I don't give a shit.
Hmm.
At the moment, I need to stay away from this area.
I've been angry.
So
I when I have been angry, I have, yes, I have raised my voice and I have made it clear whatever my point was, and I have been disappointed as well, of course. Simon here claims that you have also well screamed at him while you were playing Rust, which doesn't count. But Simon, what do you think? Have you ever done that? Have you and Tan ever faced such a situation? Sal, have you ever faced such a situation? I'm wearing a nice shirt, thank you.
I've Okay, gaming wise, I have screamed a lot.
Forget that, dude. I have been so toxic in gaming while playing Valorant, especially
You
in the
have been
last
more
four
toxic than
five
me,
days.
definitely.
Yeah,
And I play like a lot of toxic
do you
games.
remember? Yeah, I was playing Valorant. You were on the VC with
Yeah,
me. I was like screaming my mic. Sal
you
has
were
heard me.
screaming like crazy, Mans.
Yeah, Sal has heard me screaming at random people in a Valorant game. But I
Yeah,
guess that's just
yeah,
forget that. That's the game.
that's stupid.
Avocado. I don't think
But
Karmical
yeah,
streaming
what about
with
you?
you at night in bed counts. It doesn't
For
count.
fuck's sakes, bro.
I've not been screamed at. Hmm. But have you screamed at somebody? That's fair. Yeah, exactly.
Avocado, can you bloody stop, mate? Stop telling people about a fucking minute of a relationship that we have.
So wait,
Can you
you're
stop?
cheating on me? Yes, I have. Hmm. On me or other people? On me, I feel like it hasn't happened. Does it count? I'm wondering. Think it does. Have
Did you
I?
fucking kill someone
Yeah, I
today?
have. I have at you. Yeah, even I have. Yeah.
All right. So it's fair to say that we have like you talked about my something about me. So let's talk about you. How I have a different question. I have a very deep question.
Hmm.
Your last relationship that you had, how did that
Mm-hmm.
change you? How did that make you a better person?
Of
Oh wait, before we go to, did it make you a better person or no?
course, it made me a better person. What do you
Okay.
mean? I could have been so
Some
much
people,
more.
some people, some people don't know about that, Sam. Some people don't know about your past. So you might
A
wanna
lot of
tell.
people do, but
No,
like,
no, no.
okay,
There
I'll
will
give them
some
some
new people as
context.
well.
I'll give them
Yeah,
some
yeah.
context.
Go on.
And I had a lot of chances to be like extremely petty, and I only like I chose my battles very specifically. I didn't fight all those battles, although easily I could have been extremely petty and like ruined somebody's case with it, but I chose not to. After several suggestions from people, including Saloni here. But yeah, my last relationship, I think it changed me in a way, in like a better way, in the sense that I realized not to jump into things as the first part of it,
Mm,
especially when well, in a way that just because somebody let me see has a massive amount of following and looks like might be a green flag, turns out to be a bloody red flag, I guess.
mhm,
Like I think so when she and I actually started talking, like things moved pretty quickly, like in 10 days, 14 days. What I haven't told you to be petty, I told you the opposite. No, yeah, exactly. I'm saying you've told me not to be petty. After suggestions from a lot of people, I chose my battles and I didn't be petty in a lot of ways because of that. Yeah, so in like 13, 14 days, we're like fully flirting into each other's chat, talking, blah, blah, blah. I surprised her after a office Goa retreat. I went to Ahmedabad, directly met her and all that, which was a fine idea. It was a good idea, but I think after that I should have like kept my boundaries, which I did not, because I was like, yeah, I'm having fun, I'm chilling. It was all good, and I was
mm,
ignoring all the red flags, like very shitty communication, whining and crying about every little thing that happens in her life, and literally anything that bothers her becomes a big deal, which was extremely hard to take care of, because as a 33-year-old she should have some maturity and I shouldn't have to like take care of her for every little thing. I mean, of course I
Okay,
like to
got a
like
question about that.
hmm.
How did you manage to take care of that situation for her?
You have to be extremely patient, extremely understanding and listening to whatever she's whining about, and also try to tell her that whatever issue that she's having is not a big issue, but without telling her that, oh, it's such a tiny little thing, like what the fuck, why are you upset about this?
Mm.
Because if you say that, then that becomes a trigger, like, how could you say that, this is a big deal, even though it's not, it's actually not. And
So hang on, I have another question about this then. So
mhm.
would you like how did you ever have that sort of situation for yourself? Like the same sort of issues for yourself? And
wherein
how did she react?
wherein I had like a small issue and I made a big deal out of it.
Yeah, somewhat like that.
I didn't really get a lot of chance to. I had to always manage all of those issues on my own, which is fine, which I should be doing anyway. And even if there was something big happening, it's not like she could help in any way because she didn't really know what to do and she'd come to me for suggestions. And another part of it, actually, a big part of this was the fact that since everything became such a massive issue for her, um, it shouldn't be, right? Like you shouldn't be codependent on somebody. You should have your own individuality, and you should be independent enough to manage all of it on your own, which was never
True.
happening. So I never had space for my issues or my things. And another big problem that always happened was, so if I make a mistake, okay, and I apologize and things get sorted. If she makes a mistake and I tell her that, hey, I'm hurt by the mistake that you caused, she's crying about hurting me. So now I have to console her and be like, no, it's okay. So I don't get the chance or time to be upset or mad or have the space wherein, hey, you know what, you should make up to me, and not the other way around, wherein you fucked up and I'm the one coming to you and telling you it's fine.
So what would you say safety in a relationship sounds and looks like?
I think security is extremely important. You need to be secure with yourself. That is like, which is why you need to be extremely independent of the actions and consequences that happen in your life. Because even if I did not exist in your life was still going on, right? You were still doing your things, you were whatever, talking to somebody, playing something,
You know,
going, working, whatever.
what I know, like from where that comes from, right? I think a lot of it comes from the idea that our society puts on women that you're not enough. Number one, right? Number one thing is you're not enough, and number two is that even if you think you're enough, you still have to like not talk about it. But as compared to men, you go on in the society tells us that you're not even supposed to talk about it like at
Yeah,
all, like
yeah,
never ever. So it's pretty much like saying um you people don't want to know that you have like handled pain, but they don't want you to hear, they don't want to hear about it. As compared to for men, it's more like we
you should
we
be able to
will
deal with it
support you,
anyway.
we'll
Yeah,
support you regardless of the pain.
yeah,
But like if men talk about the pain, they don't want to fucking hear about it and they leave
yeah,
in one way or another.
yeah.
So like for me to be vulnerable in a relationship, I find it very, very difficult sometimes. I find it very, very difficult, and I don't, and that's the reason why I'm quiet all the time mostly. So if I'm
Hmm.
talking to you, like you don't hear that Karmi said this or that like as much as before, because like I don't talk at all. Like I
Yeah.
only talk on my streams, and even on my streams, I go like, if you don't like something, don't fucking talk. Don't forget to get offended. This is my area. If you're having issues in my area, then maybe you shouldn't be around there.
Especially like when you go on a first date, okay, and you're meeting this new person, and okay, of course they're not gonna be like fully vulnerable around you on the first date. You're having a good conversation with that person, etc., etc., and like they tell you a couple of things, right? They unload a couple of things on you. You understand it. You're talking about it. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Thank you for the hydrate. See, I have a bottle this time, and you're having a good conversation. Okay, she unloads it on you. You are an understanding person on this first date. You deal with it. You whatever, talk her, comfort her through it. The moment you do the same thing and you unload whatever some parts of you to her, oftentimes she'll be like, she'll go back to her friends or whatever posse of group of girls, and she'll be like, bro, this dude, bro, he was just talking emotionally about all this crap, and I don't want to hear any of it. I just wanted to have a good date, and I was having a good time, and he fucked it up. Although when that, this is why,
Oh,
like,
one
that
second, Sam.
equality part
Sam,
of it.
1 second. I just
Mm-hmm.
realized some technical issue.
Mm-hmm.
Your mic on the OBS is going in red, so turn that down.
Ah, okay. I will talk softly.
No, no, no. Just like do the vertical stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like when you do the same, then it's like that equality in a relationship that should be there is not there anymore. I know not all girls do that. It's not always true, of course. Uh, but oftentimes it's like men don't get that opportunity or that chance to unload their vulnerabilities or talk about their emotional stuff, because they're perceived as society to be this person who should just always be like
I will give a
ready and
different
be able to deal with
perspective.
all of it.
I will give a different perspective. There's a lot of women around the world who actually say that they can handle it, they can do all that stuff, but like they actually cannot because they don't know how to handle themselves. They don't know how to handle their own um trauma. They don't know how to handle their own stuff. How can you handle someone else's?
The people who already can't handle it shouldn't jump in the dating pool anyway, because they're not ready for it.
I
That's where
mean,
the
there's a lot
entire,
of discussion about that, but I don't think you can say that easily that they shouldn't jump into the dating pool. I think after unloading one or two things, you feel a lot of people feel confident, but at the same time, I would say you're somewhat right. You're somewhat right about that. But I still think that if you don't actually get in a relationship, you never understand. You never know how
It is a trial and error, of course. It's a trial and
yeah,
error. You get into a relationship, you figure out what's working, what's not, where you want to compromise, where you don't. How do
yeah,
you want to build or bond into that relationship? But then
yeah.
there is also this, like how Amar has mentioned, throw some light on how important personal freedom is in a relationship and to control freakness in a relationship. So
Control freak.
yeah. So basically, you can't how they say that you can only control your actions and you can't control everything that's happening around you, for example. So you can't let things that are happening on the outside affect you in ways that it disrupts your daily routine or your life or your relationship, which is
Hmm.
where this part comes in. Okay, fine, you might have some red flags. Everybody has some red flags. Everybody has some flaws, some things that they do wrong that they shouldn't be doing. For example, I might be excessively gaming and Saloni is complaining about it. I shouldn't do that. I should focus on working out. I should focus more on myself, like how Amar has a great body that I saw yesterday. Wink, wink. Karmical has a great body that he showed me a couple of minutes, not minutes, half an hour back. But yeah, basically
That never
working.
happened. That never fucking happened.
But like
Stop it.
while you're
Stop it, you
trying
little
to
wank.
while you're trying to jump into a relationship and maybe like trying to look for a partner, for example, you should at the same time be working upon yourself as well by understanding what you are doing wrong. And if you're doing something wrong, then doing something to change it as well. Because if you're making the same mistakes over and over again, you're not gonna get a different outcome. And you
True.
should make it clear to the other person as well. Hey, this is what I do, and they should also be open to that criticism. That hey, I think this is what you should do, for example, and maybe we should work on it. And then they'll point out whatever I do wrong, and I should work on it. That's where that you being open to criticism is very important. But a lot of current generation and what I've seen them do, and I have seen them do this a lot, is that an issue comes up, they will avoid the conflict or they'll like just move past it and be like, hey, I have healed, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong, and they'll just move past it over and over again through all the
Hmm.
problems that keep piling on, and they'll just ignore or
Hmm.
skip or like hop up from all of them and then just be like, oh, yeah, I'm all fine, and then one
I think
snap happens and
where that
they
comes
break.
from is that social media has like allowed a lot of these women, well, not all women, but like a lot of the women to feel that they always have another option, another guy waiting for them. Um,
Which is true,
and
it's true.
it is true,
Sadly, very
but
true.
like at the same time, they won't be unless they've healed one part of themselves. Like that's what you said, right? You move like from one relationship to the next, right? Unless they've healed that part, right? Fortunately, I didn't have to heal in my last relationship. Fortunately, that never occurred to me because my last relationship ended so abruptly that I was so confused during the time. I was so confused and I was like, okay, it's over. Nothing I can do. I didn't do anything wrong per se. Fine. Move. It's okay.
You want to tell people why it ended?
Oh yeah, definitely. So
Guys, be ready, okay?
um
This is like it's like an insane story. You won't believe it, okay? You won't believe it. It's almost like saying the wrong name in bed. Go ahead.
right, so on paper it may sound like I fucked up, but the reality is different. Yo, okay.
Please go ahead.
So apparently, I forgot her birthday, and she was waiting for me the whole day, but I never even knew it was her birthday. Didn't even know. She told me once at the start of the relationship, but then a month later, we got to a point where she said, "When's my birthday?" And I said, "I don't remember. Can you tell me?" At that moment, she told me, um, "You gotta figure it out by yourself now." So ever
Hmm.
since then, we never talked about it. We weren't even serious during that moment. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Uh,
Does this remind you of somebody, Saloni? Somebody who's extremely forgetful and forgets everything, literally?
is it you?
No. It's her. It's her. I mean, she doesn't forget like birthdays or important details, but yeah, she can be a little forgetful.
Yeah, no. So like if so, this is what like that's something that I learned from that relationship as well. I learned two three things in that relationship. Okay. One thing was like always try to
You
be
are forgetful?
understanding.
Oh, okay.
Always try to be understanding. Number two, like since I've got a lot of things going on around here, like with now we have the podcast as well. I have like video editing jobs which can take up to 10 hours, of like constant focus. And it also I also have to realize that I don't have to be too hard on myself. So that's something that I learned. And whenever there's something important happening, right? I put it on my phone as a reminder. So yeah, those things. But yeah, we didn't really cover up like um
What?
what you learned.
Oh, what I learned. Oh, I'll talk about that as well. But for you guys, a question. What do you guys think you did wrong in your previous relationships, or what went wrong with your previous relationships? Maybe we can cover that while you guys type it, and I talk about whatever my
Yeah, yeah,
experience
yeah.
or learning
That'd
or
be a good
whatever
idea.
criticism was. But what do you guys think you did wrong or chose a dickhead? I mean, into bad boys, comicals right here. I'm right here. We could like. Mm.
Excuse me. Since
I
since when I'm a bad boy?
Amma, did you just say she dumped you because dick too small? Hmm. I chose a liar and cheat. Oh, we're gonna talk about those. We're gonna talk about cheating and lying as well. We'll come to that. We'll come to that.
Yeah,
Okay. My
go for
previous
it.
relationship. Well, same story as yours, except the age gap.
Sam, stop getting
Ooh,
distracted. Fucking
ooh.
talk about
Oh
it.
my god, I'm like so. Oh, sorry. Chose a cheater. Does that count? Ooh, it's so interesting. It's getting interesting. Okay. Anyway, we'll come to that. Okay, my previous relationship, why it ended because I think I really got tired of dealing with all the issues that she kept having, and it was really exhausting to deal with all of it over and over again while not having my own mental space and bandwidth. And it's exactly what I told her as well. And then after I dumped her, she faked suicide. She lied about a lot of things. She was still logged into my Instagram gaming account. She spread a lot of shit
Damn,
about me on Twitter, talked a lot behind my back, tried to steal my
that
friends.
sucks.
And after she stole my friends also realized that she's a liar, and they left her as well. And now she's married to my friend who I've known for 11 plus years. A friend who lives in my city, half an hour, 20 minutes from my place. And the IRL friends that dude, my friend, the one I've known for 10 plus 11 plus years, we have a group of mutual friends, and those mutual friends also don't talk to her and him now because she told him not to talk to them. And then those friends are like, dude, are you fucking stupid? She will tell you anything and you'll do it. You're gonna forget us, somebody who you've known for so long? Apparently, yeah. So that's happening. Never seen Samsung had people like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's how that ended. And I mean, I didn't really have any like trauma or didn't really need any healing. Although I took my own sweet time before Saloni and I started dating.
Mm-hmm.
We were in a phase of friends only phase
Mm-hmm.
for quite a long time. Um,
Yeah, you
and
don't need to go into that.
we had already
You
had
don't need
like
to
a
go into
couple
that.
of trips before we started dating. So I took my time. My point being then that you should take your time. You should
Yeah,
know the
yeah.
person. You should talk to
It's
them. You
best to
should
keep
figure out
our
what's.
personal life into a secret sort of thing.
Yeah,
Especially over online. I feel that the more you tell people, the more it gets
convoluted
troublesome.
into bullshit. Yeah. So you know what I've
Yeah.
seen? The more public the relationship, the bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I mean, I have seen this so far. Can you turn your mic up a bit, Carmi? I think I have
Yeah, I'm
already
doing
like
it.
increased his volume, but
I'm
you want
doing
me
it
to?
now.
Okay,
I
but
just
yeah,
boosted it, so
the more public the relationship, the worse it is on the inside. That's what
true.
she said.
Stop it.
So yeah. Hi Tafa, how you doing? We're just talking about what people have gone through. So you want to cover some of the points that people have mentioned?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. One second.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think? Mm, do you think the bodies, like the amount of people you've had sex with, matters?
No, I don't think so at all. Do you think so?
No, not really.
Do you think
Unless
for your marriage, you want
okay.
a fresh, clean version or some
No,
shit?
no, 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 no. I don't care about that. I care if the person is trying to be, trying to showcase only that part of them.
Wait, repeat that.
I might hang on one second. So apparently my mic is not okay on the
Integrity. I
stream.
think the stream volume might be super low for you. I think it's fine. I hear him
Yeah,
loud
it's
and
okay.
clear.
It's fine. Yeah, Sam, shut the fuck up. Let me talk.
Yeah.
It's because of you they can't hear me. Can't.
Shh.
So, um, I think it doesn't matter how many people you've had sex with. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Where it does matter is if you're having too much sex within the span of months. If you're having like only hookups.
Okay.
If you're doing only hookups, then that's like a massive red flag for me.
Why?
So like, okay, if you're having only hookups like in 1 month with different people, every fucking weekend, no. That means that just tells me that you're not really interested in becoming a good person. You're not in only you're not interested in healing yourself. You're only interested in
What has that
a
got to do with
distraction.
healing at this moment? Okay, hear me out. Okay, question for
Okay.
everybody.
Okay.
Don't Do you think people have a hoe phase where they just go around
Sure.
on dates, meeting people, hooking up with them, maybe making out with them, doing whatever they want with them, or just like having only 1 or 2 dates with them, for example?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that how you would actually find someone that you're really into, and vice versa, while also understanding uh, who you think might be a good fit for you, for example?
Hmm. I don't think so. I don't think so. You don't need those things.
Okay,
Those
okay,
things are not
I'll
necessary
come to
for.
that. I'll come to that as well.
Mhm.
Tafa had a question. What is your opinion on virgin requesting his or her partner to be virgin as well? Arranged marriage only. I think it's the stupidest fucking decision ever. I think
Actually.
I mean I am all okay with arranged marriage, okay, but in a way that you give it time. Like there's a courtship period, a long courtship period, preferably, wherein the two people and not the families, the two people try to get to know each other and not the families again,
Hmm.
and try
Hmm.
to see if they're a good fit together, which would
Hmm.
involve everything else as well, which would involve
Right.
sexual chemistry as well, and not just, oh, he's a CA, I am a lawyer, whatever, or whatever other crap that you're looking for, and it just becomes a match. So I think it's the stupidest thing that Indians look at. Um, what's your opinion on that? And then we'll pick up the second question.
No, no, no. I agree with you. It doesn't like it never really made sense to me about the arranged marriage stuff. It's it's weird. It's weird. Like the opinions that I truly have about relationships is truly something that a lot of people will not even attempt to understand because it's that bizarre.
Hmm.
Most of it just like doesn't make sense to people. Mm, I truly feel though you can have a very loving, a very intimate relationship just by doing one thing, which is talking and making time for each other,
Mm-hmm.
putting in effort to understand each other. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. Nothing else. You don't need to have too much sex. You don't need to have like. So, do you remember my relationship with the Thai Indian girl Shuki?
Yeah, yeah. Of
We never
course
had
I do.
sex.
Yeah, I
We
know.
never had sex at all.
I know. Yeah.
I went to
You
Thailand.
met her. Yeah.
There was yeah, and we never had sex there. We made out. We did like a lot of things, but like mostly
Yeah.
stop, stop right there.
Yeah,
Don't
I think she's a
fuck.
good person. I think she's a good
She's a
person.
very good person.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I learned more in that relationship than I
I
learned in
think
my
she's
past relationship.
extremely sweet and caring.
Definitely.
Like from
Actually,
whatever streams that I've seen of her so far, I think she's extremely nice, sweet, and caring person, and extremely
yeah,
family oriented as well.
yeah.
And her dog is cute. Oh, the dog.
Oh, the dog. They know that her dog actually gives like morning kisses.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All dogs do, I think, at this point.
I woke up one day like at 5 a.m. and she like her dog's like coming up to me and just kissing
Waking
me
up.
and
Yeah, wake up, wake
yeah,
up,
waking
wake
me
up.
up and like we went for a fucking walk. So yeah,
Cute.
it was fun. It was nice.
Okay, second
But
question. Second question. Okay.
uh-huh.
Oh, you want to continue on that?
No, no, no. Go for it.
Okay. The second question is, guys, unless the number is like huge, it doesn't matter. Huge, like for the people you've slept with. It's a question by Amar. Okay. Amar, what do you think is a huge number? Karmika, what do you think is a huge number? Like, is it, you think it's a big deal if somebody has slept with a lot of people, for example? And if yes, what's that number, for example? I mean, you already said it is a big
Give me a number for lot.
Okay. Let's see. So let's do less than 10, less than 20, less than 30,
No,
less than
it's
40,
not.
less
It's
than
not a lot.
50, and like, of course, then more.
Mm, it's really weird. It's really weird. Okay. Because now we have like some people on the internet saying that sleeping with like 10 people is a lot, which doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
it's very subjective. I get it. It is extremely
Which
subjective to from people to
it
people.
doesn't make sense. Um, like this all started from US, right?
Like
Where
what? The
they
number
have
count?
been they have, yeah, the number stuff.
Hmm.
So, but that also started because women over there, they're like, I don't like to say this term out loud, but like they're sluts. They use they want to use men. They don't want to love men. Those women are not women. Those women are girls. So like I don't deal with girls at all. I don't fuck with them. I don't talk to them. If they like okay, let's say that I'm physically attracted to one of them, yeah? I'll
Mhm.
talk to them, and the moment I realize that, you know, they are acting in a slutty manner, I immediately just pull back. I don't talk. So yeah.
Okay.
Um
But what do you think is a big number? So I know it's a subjective question, but what do you think is a big number?
I think anything above 30 is like too much for me. 30 is too much already. But like I'm more understanding than most, I think.
Okay. Amar, it's more about why they wanted to have sex, is the decision making and what they're seeking for, which really plays a factor when there's a huge number involved. Okay. And it can be multiple things, you know. Sometimes people have maybe gotten out of a relationship and are not looking to get into another one. And maybe it's not, they're not hooking up just because, okay, they're hurt or they're healing or face some trauma or whatever. It could simply be
Mm-hmm.
because, you know what, I just simply don't want to get into a relationship right now. I simply want to meet people, chill and have fun. For
Mm-hmm.
example, we'll just take that example for now. Question: do you think they will be happy with a new partner who's comparatively new to physical stuff? I think that's they can be happy. Of course, it's all about that
Hang on,
intimacy
what's the
and the
question?
chemistry there.
Do you think they will be happy with the new partner who's compared? I think they'll be happy comparatively not new to the physical stuff, but like new to the emotional stuff. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to do emotionally. It doesn't have to do physically. It has to do with emotional. Because like they don't know anything about your trauma. So you can go for a, you know, a new face. Not a face, but like new face. Like show them a
Hmm.
different side of you. But like you have not done the healing, so it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, I think
that's
with a
where
new
I really
person,
get
yeah.
weird.
I think with a new person, you feel it a lot more. It's a lot more connected, for example. And like you feel very emotionally attached to that person because, well, you're new to that. But yeah, I think that's why I said I think they would really enjoy that. But okay, it's more than why they want to have sex. It's a decision making and what they're seeking for. So that part is where maybe some people just don't want to get into a relationship for now, for example. And it's not because, oh, hurt or I'm healing or I have some kind of trauma. Because of course,
Okay.
I think I also have had a whole phase wherein I'm just going around on a new date every weekend, for example. Not
Mm,
necessarily sleeping with them, not necessarily having sex with them, but definitely going around meeting new people. And I would say I can say that I have met a lot of people. Like I have met tons of people through dating apps and gone out on a date with them, which could be a first just one date or could be two dates, could be 5 dates, for example.
mm.
But yeah, I have definitely done that, but not necessarily, like I said, slept with all of them. And that was basically because I like meeting new people, and that's what my agenda was. It's trying to meet all the different kinds of people.
I've actually never had that. I've never in my life wanted to um so the first time I actually hooked up, right? The first time I asked my
How old
cousin
were
who
you?
was how old was I? I think I was 21 or something. I
Okay.
was in Switzerland. So
Ooh, guys, Europeans,
stop.
Latina. Was
Stop.
it a Latina? Guys,
Fuck's sakes.
just for some context for you guys, Karmical loves
I
Latinas.
love the Latina, definitely.
Yeah, go ahead.
So thank you for interrupting me, you fucking sack of shit. So so after that, I pretty much contacted my cousin, my first cousin,
Mhm.
and he basically said what he said. He basically said, why is that an issue? He said, why is that an issue? What are
Mhm.
you typing?
No, go ahead, go
Fuck's
ahead.
sakes. So
Yeah.
yeah, he said, why is that an issue? And I said, I don't like it. But
Mhm.
I went for another hookup with the same girl.
Mhm.
But like I couldn't. I just chilled with her. I didn't fuck at all.
Okay.
So I said I don't want to do this.
Okay.
So yeah, stop it. What are you
You, didn't-
guys
you
doing in
didn't you
chat?
didn't even like complete the story properly because you're just like so
Yeah,
distracted
because
by
there's so
whatever we're
much fucking
typing here.
shit happening. This is
I
a
mean, it's
podcast, not a fucking question and
okay.
asking shit.
It's fine. It's fine. We get it.
Fucking
Uh,
miserable wankers.
have you ever tried dating apps?
Some, yes.
Some, yes. Okay.
But like even then, like even I didn't really do much. Like I went for one or two dates. Maximum, like in my entire time of dating apps, I went for like 3, 4 dates
Mhm.
because I wasn't interested in
Okay, take a
dating
guess.
as
Take a
much.
guess. How many dates have I been on using dating apps? Only dating
50.
apps. You think the number is 50? Dates, okay,
Uh,
just like
yeah,
dates.
yeah.
Chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? How many dates have I been
Let's
on?
make a poll.
I'll tell
Let's
you,
make a poll.
I'll tell you,
Let's make a poll. Let's make a
I'll give
poll.
it to you. I'll give it to you with like no, you see, don't just say like 100. Maybe it's do like a range like 70 to 80, 80 to 90. Do a range of 10, range of 10. And I'll tell you how long I was on dating apps. Okay, from 18 to 21, from 24 to 27, 26, 24 to 26, and 18 to 21.
Mm.
And then we'll take some numbers. Take a range like 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to
One
40,
date every
and so
day.
forth, whatever. One day every day, 365 every day of the year. I mean, if I pick only one, right, Sal? Wink, wink. Well,
Wink, wink.
she's gonna give me
But
shit
yeah,
for that.
of course you will. It's your decision.
Wait, did you put up the poll already?
No, I did not yet. Should I do it?
Yeah, you do it. Do it. Just give them. I'll give you guys 4 options. Okay, 50 to 60, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80. Dates. Okay, just dates.
From dating apps, right?
Yeah.
So how many? How many
40 to
responses?
40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60,
40
60 to
to
70, 70
50,
to 80.
50 to 60,
So now you
60
guys
to
know that one of them
70,
is one of them is the answer.
70 to 80, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it just for like 30
Uh,
seconds. Don't keep for too
yeah,
long.
it's just 1 minute.
Okay, guys, what do you guys think? Okay, so I want to see some answers. Tafa and Integrity and Sal think that it's 100. Avocado thinks 10. Man, come on, man. Look at this
No,
face.
no, no,
Come on.
avocado. Sam was a player.
Amar says
Sam was a
2.
massive player.
And then he says 2 to 2.5. Then he says 6 to 12. Nah, man. 30 35. Nope. 0 to 1. अपनी बता रहा है क्या रघु यार? Let's see. Are there any other numbers? 2.5 hour.
All right. While
Beach
that's
mein भाग
happening,
गए.
let's talk about something
We,
else.
we, we
Let's
didn't
talk
cover
about
some of the like the trauma things or why why our chat's relationship ended, but okay, we'll get to that maybe in another episode because
you
this
want to talk
episode
about
itself
trauma. See,
because
it's
this
trauma is
episode
like
itself has been too long, by the way.
trauma has like it's such a difficult conversation to have because like you can just end a fucking conversation with saying that you need to work on it and like
One
to
woman
work on it
took
there's
the
like
wrong name
so
for me,
many
you know.
things, so many different fucking
One
things to work on
woman
it.
took the wrong name while she was with me.
Huh. So it's 70 to 80 apparently the poll. So how
Oh,
many
the poll
people?
things. There's just 2 people that voted there, so it's okay. So the actual
Okay,
answer to this, okay, is 60 to 70.
cool.
People that I have just gone out with. Nothing may
Mm.
have happened, something may have happened, everything may have happened, for example. About 60 to 70 dates with different people, I mean, of course, unique people.
Okay, Sam, let's do one thing. Okay, let's not immediately just respond to chat right away because I
Mhm.
think there's a lot of like you know, this is not becoming a podcast. This is becoming a question and answer. So let's keep it a bit serious here, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about trauma. Okay? Trauma is a bit weird to talk about, especially for me, because when I have like, okay, the traumas that I have, it doesn't require anyone else. It doesn't require anyone else to work on it, right? It requires just me, and like it's gonna happen by myself. For example, like I've got a trauma of abandonment, but
Mm-hmm.
that's because like when I was young, my mother didn't do the things that I wanted her to do. Like for example, pay attention to me.
Mm-hmm. Look after
So
your needs, basically.
yeah, basically the basic needs.
Mm-hmm.
So that you know that's a bit weird for me, like to even talk with someone else. So I I don't I've worked on it by myself, but like there would be some parts of it that'll stick. Some
Yeah,
parts
some
of it
parts
will
always
always be
seep
there.
in. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm not so like I think it most of it is healed by you being honest with yourself. Like, so how much can I get rid of? And how much, like, if I'm gonna be dating someone, I don't wanna give them this stuff.
Do you think you
Where
need to
that
get
comes
rid
from,
of it? Is the correct term you think you need to get rid of it, or is it more like you need to fix it or work on it or change it?
it's the same shit anyways. The words don't
I don't
matter.
think. Yeah, mm, yeah, it doesn't matter when you and I are talking because we know what we're talking about. But people can take it out of context. That I want to get rid of it.
They can take it out of context as much as they want. I don't give a shit.
Mm.
Like you know me very
We
well.
chat
You know me extremely fucking well.
doesn't care about you guys.
I don't give a shit.
See, he doesn't give
Like
a
you
shit
you
about you
you know
guys.
me extremely well, Sam. I don't give like one simple thing that if let's say any of your community members, they say that, oh, Carmichael's this, Carmichael said this, Carmichael said this. Take it out of context. Put it in a fucking butt. All I give a shit. I don't care. Like when it comes to like actual fucking understanding, if like it's weird for me. Like I can't give a shit. I can't give two shits if like someone wants to cause drama. You wanna cause drama? You're by yourself.
Yeah.
You're by your fucking self. I don't give two shits. But like let's actually go on and actually discuss what is the correct way of healing trauma, right? One of the ways is like self-respect sort of thing, like love for yourself. And another way is being honest with yourself. What do you actually have? A lot of people don't even know their traumas. A lot of
You know,
people are
when I was
30s
young,
and they don't even.
when I was young, when you said be honest to yourself, when I was young, I was lying to myself about so many things that I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll get over it, blah blah blah. So I never had that acceptance in me. I was always like, yeah, it's fine, I'll get over it, I'll do it, blah blah blah. But then
Hmm.
I think once you grow up, I think you realize it a lot more, and you're like, you know what? Like, there's no point in lying. It's not gonna get you anywhere. It's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna change anything. What's the point? Like, if you've not done something, you've not done something. That's it. Like, what's the big deal? What's the worst that's gonna happen? Nothing's gonna happen. Though whatever that's gonna happen is that you probably wasted some time not doing it. That's it. But you can
Hmm.
always still do it because it's never too
Hmm.
late, right? You can always fix it,
Hmm.
change, or whatever, get better, right? Which is an
I
extremely important aspect of healing and trauma.
one of it like one of the stuff that I learned from my mentors was that the more you try to control your reaction, the more you try to control, like, so a lot of times you just control it. You stay reserved with it. You don't really actually talk about it with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
um the more you don't even, you're not like close to what it actually is. So when that happens, there's the trauma's going to keep building up. It's gonna Nothing's going to happen to the trauma. It's just going to keep building up, and it's going to come to a place where you're going to start pushing everyone away. Every single person, every new person that comes over, you're going to push them away. And when that happens, it's not a good idea. It's not a good
That's where
idea.
like people's defense mechanism comes in, right? Like you're
True.
talking to a new person, and the moment you do like the most minor thing that is an inconvenience to them or wrong to them, they'll just be like, okay, I'm done, I'm out, thanks, bye.
Yeah. So it requires you to just do those things. I feel, and also the environment. You need to get out of the environment for some time at least. Like for some time to understand there's a different environment that actually values you.
Yeah.
So like if you can create that and create or like go to that environment, at that moment you realize what you know people caring about you actually
Like a
feels
comfort
like.
space, a safe house, a safe haven where you can just be
Yeah,
like,
safety,
go and
safety.
be that, what's the word? The word I'm looking for is, yeah, where you can go and just lie down in a fetal position and not have to worry about anything because you're just chilling there and it's all your people and people that love you and like you and respect you and compliment you and motivate you and boost you up. Those people.
Right.
Yeah, that's what everybody needs. At the end of the day, you should have like the small circle of people that you're surrounded with that just want to see the best of you.
But
And
okay, so I've been wanting to say this the entire time, right?
you love
There's
me, don't you? I knew it. I freaking knew it,
there
man. It's
is
okay. I love you too, man.
that's not what I was gonna say.
I take it back then. Chat, look at this
Yeah,
man.
piss off, cunt.
See?
Right. So
So rude.
so you know, there's a lot of young kids. There's a lot of like youngsters, teenagers, especially in India,
Mm.
who are giving shitty advice. Very, very shitty advice. They go like, go stoic, right? Like, and I'm like, what the fuck is stoic for you? What does that mean? Because like Plato never fucking said anything like this. Plato never fucking said like, don't give a fuck about our feelings.
Mhm.
So I think a lot of people forget that women are also human being, right? And I also think that there was an interview, right? There was an interview where someone said, I don't respond to I don't give advice on how what to say to a woman. I give advice on how like to what women respond to. And in you know in foundation that makes sense. But if you look deeper into it, that it is curiosity of the world.
Mm.
They go like, oh, okay, if she's messaging you, just wait for like five hours or something.
Mm.
If she's messaging you, just don't give her immediate attention. Otherwise, she's gonna think that she's living in your fucking head all the time.
Dude, this is another
Now,
problem with the current generation. Like, they think not putting in effort or having actual priorities and boundaries, they think it's cool to not have all of these things. They think it's cool to be ignorant. They think it's good or fun or very swaggy to be ignorant or not having priorities or not keeping boundaries or like dissing people or disrespecting people
uh huh.
because they feel the current generation just simply feels, oh yeah, I'll just get whatever the fuck I want. I don't care. I'm so cool.
Yes, that is true. But what I was getting at was where that actually stems from, where that advice actually came from was not that women are responding to it, but the fact that every single human being, or every single being would actually respond to this. It is nothing to do with women or men. It is a very, very social nature
Yeah,
of every single being.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not just
yeah,
like
yeah.
social animals, but like every single being they would actually respond to this, which is you you have to be curious about the world. When you're curious about the world, naturally, not like focus, not forced like curiousness, but like when you're actually um being like naturally curious about something, about let's say a world, about let's say something, you naturally don't wanna put too much attention towards something else because it distracts you from that one thing. For some people, it's just
Just moving from one thing to another.
no. For some people, it could be like for me, let's say it's football and streaming.
Mm,
For you, it may be your work,
mm,
right?
mm.
But like when you like focus on it, I don't respond to anything. I don't I don't respond to one single shit. Like I don't see the messages. Like when I'm playing football, like you'd be lucky to get a fucking response back. You know this for a fact. Like you also play football. Like you don't want to fucking get distracted.
Yeah,
For you, it's like on a more casual side. For me, it's like on a more serious side because I'm attempting to get better.
yeah, yeah,
So as
yeah,
simple as that.
yeah. There's also this quote. You had also told me this quote. We've talked about this quote. It's basically
Okay.
hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. And right now we're in this good time wherein everything is accessible. You have everything available to you. You can always move on from one thing to another over and over and jumping hoops for whatever you want. And that's why these days you see people complaining constantly or avoiding things or all of these mental health issues or whatever problems that they're facing. It's because they've reached at a point wherein they get everything very easily and everything is simple to them.
I'll give you an answer. I'll give you a proper answer why that is. Okay. Like to that quote itself is like so bullshit for me because it's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Like I don't go by that quote at all. It's because every time someone says, "Oh, hard man creates easy soft times, and soft times creates
Whatever, yeah.
whatever that is."
Hmm.
Right? I don't give a shit about that because every time someone talks about that, I just remember how the adults of our society, not just my parents, not just like my parents, right? But like the adults of a society treat their children as like as shit, pretty much. They,
Yeah,
they they
yeah,
they want them to have the knowledge. They really want them to have the knowledge, but they're not ready to hold their hand to actually,
yeah, yeah.
give them enough attention and
They don't
shit.
want to take
So it doesn't make
responsibility
sense
of
to
it.
me. It
Yeah,
doesn't it
yeah,
doesn't make sense to me that quote is such bullshit to the point where you say that, oh, dad, I want to learn how to shave, but dad says, okay, go to the fucking internet, go shave it, go find it yourself. But you're here, you can teach me. This is your job. You can teach me as my dad. If I don't have a dad, then I'll fucking learn.
yeah.
It's it's so weird. It's so fucking weird for me.
Well, Karmical, we've been an hour in this podcast. I think there are a lot of things still left and uncovered, and
Let's
I
do
don't
one
think.
last. Let's do
Yeah, I'm
one
just
last
saying.
topic.
I think there's no end to it. So I think we should have
Uh-huh.
like a closing final topic or final thing that we want to talk about before we leave our audience with some thoughts and hopefully see them again over our next podcast as well.
Uh-huh.
But please go ahead. What do you think? What's that final thing you want to talk about?
I think there's a lot of people in your chat saying about cheating, right?
Mm.
Let's talk about loyalty and cheating. Let's talk about cheating first.
Okay.
You go first. Tell me what you think.
I think cheating doesn't necessarily have to be just sex. It can be emotional cheating or physical cheating. I think
Mm-hmm.
both forms of cheating are still cheating. Like for example, there's some person that likes you and you know that they like you and they tell you, you know
Uh-huh.
what, let's go out for lunch, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you go, I think it's a form of cheating. Like even if you show no intentions that, you know what, if it's a one-on-one lunch, for example, or dinner, for example,
Mm-hmm.
if you go out, even though you've made it completely clear to her that hey, you have a girlfriend or whatever, you politely decline her and say, hey, you know what, I don't think I'd be comfortable doing that, and because I don't want to put my girlfriend or myself in a position where I think it's unfair to her, for example. And of
Right.
course, physical cheating is as well cheating completely. Like doesn't matter what you did. Like it could be literally anything inappropriate, anything that you think you wouldn't want your girlfriend to do, for example.
Have you ever been emotionally cheated on?
Yeah, I have been. Yeah,
Mm.
have you?
Yeah,
Ooh, we've
most
both been
definitely.
cheated on, guys. Holy shit! I had
But
no
not
idea.
physically, not
This is new
physically, but
info.
just
This
emotionally.
is yeah. This is new information for me, guys. I mean, for me, I think it was not the physical cheating happened afterwards, so I don't think it counts. But yes,
Mm.
we
Like
all
no,
have been
for
at some
me,
point.
it never happened physically. It was just emotionally. It was so weird because uh, every time I would like think about
I do,
this, I
sir.
would just go,
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So every time I think about that, I just go like, okay, so why was that happening to me? as compared to what I now think. It wasn't happening to me, it was happening for me. So, like, she cheated, great, fuck off. Simple.
Hmm. Dude,
Simple as that. Like,
with me, this happened when I was 21 actually, and I was doing my internship in Bombay, and I on a dating app itself, I met somebody on Tinder, and she lives in Pune, but she was working in Bombay as an architect. And she and I met. She lived really close by. It was all going good, but she was from Pune, right? So she was like, "Yeah, yeah, let's just keep going like while I'm here, because of course we don't know what's gonna happen afterwards." I was like, "Yeah, that's fine, because of course you don't know when somebody's gonna move town or move jobs, for example." Um, so then it was all going fine, and then she left her job, right? And so she had to go back to Pune. And I was like, okay, cool. I mean, fine. This is the end of it. Last day of us, whatever happened. But we had a trek. We had a Kalsubai trek, as it's called. We had a Kalsubai trek. It's between
mm-hmm,
Mumbai and Pune. We had to go for
right,
it 4 days. Okay, just like 4 days after she had left for Pune. Okay,
right,
and within those 4 days, she and the best friend that I shouldn't have been worried about in the first place had already slept together and started dating, like officially, properly.
right.
Uh, and the moment I reached Pune, I was like, "Ah, I'll give her a hug, I'll give her a kiss." And then the moment I was going for that kiss, she stops me and she's like, "Listen, I need to tell you something." And she was like, "So you remember my best friend XYZ?" So when I came back from Pune, the day I came back from Pune, oh, he came to pick me up, and we smoked some weed, and we were like just having a chill time in our building. And then one thing led to another, and we yada 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 happened. And then the next day we poured out all our feelings about each other and ended up dating. It's like, bro, that's so fucked up, right? Like, while you were here and while we were together, you were telling me about how, dude, this is he's your
Mm.
bro, he's this, he's that, blah blah blah. So I guess you can't say that technically she cheated just because we had broken up and it was a day after, for example. But I
No,
would,
but the thought itself is like, I don't like that. That's cheat, fucking stupid. It's a
yeah.
cheap fucking cheat.
Yeah, so that happened, and you know what? You know what the funny part is? So
Mm,
then after the entire trek, I told, "Listen, buddy." So she tells me, "Oh, we can be friends." I was like, "Listen, I have no interest in being friends with you,
mm,
and I have no interest in being your emotional shoulder, crying shoulder. Whenever something happens in your life, you have somebody now. Please go have fun with them. I'm not interested."
mm, mm.
A shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on. You're absolutely right.
That should be
Uh,
fucking code or something.
Absolutely fucking. Right. It is a code. A shoulder to
Oh,
cry
it
on
is?
is a
Okay,
dick to
okay.
ride. It is a code. Is it that person? Yeah, which person, Manoj? No, 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 not my ex,
Sam,
Manoj. How you
Sam,
doing? Okay, so
continue.
I'll come back to the story. Okay, so then this is when I was 21. So this is basically then after all of this happened, okay, and I left and came back to Bombay. I removed her from my socials because obviously I don't want her in my socials.
Yeah, yeah.
And then couple of years later, by the way, I think 3 or 4 years later, she slid into my DMs, messaged me and said, "Hey, I know I don't think it would mean much, but I really want to apologize for what I did before, and I'm really really sorry. Um, Whatever, etc. etc." I was like, "It's fine. It's been too long, and I don't really care about it anymore." And then she's like, "Oh, it's been bothering me for so long," and blah blah blah. And I was like,
Right.
whatever. And like, yeah, listen, if you're looking for my forgiveness or closure, I'm not giving you that. But
Yeah,
thanks for reaching out, and bye. That's like the end of
yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
And then after this happened, I think a year later, that she broke up with that dude as well. uh
Mm,
and now I don't know what's happening, but she broke up with that dude as well, and that's like over, of course. So I feel
right.
like in a way I won, because I was like, you did wrong and you came back to me and I didn't give you shit for it. Like, I didn't give you
Exactly.
the closure that you wanted for it. So fuck that.
Yeah, yeah. It's it, it's weird. But like, let's talk about loyalty for a second. Just the last couple of minutes. A lot of people feel that loyalty doesn't really have a lot, to give. A lot of people feel that, oh, what if she cheats, or what if he doesn't stay loyal to me, even though we've not talked about commitment.
Okay.
And my usual reaction to that is, if he or she is not loyal, then it wasn't worth anyways. So, like, why cry over someone who's chosen not to be loyal to you?
That's where
Cry was
like
someone who's cry. I would cry for someone who's chosen to be loyal to me and still cheated on me emotionally.
yeah.
I'd rather cry over that. Just emotionally itself is enough. So I'd rather cry over that
This
rather
is
than
where this is
anything
where
else.
you and me, or like just being secure in the relationship is really important, because you need to trust your companion, right? You need to trust your partner, and you can't just be like, oh yeah, she's loyal to me, and then like, well, not give a shit about it, and something happens, and you're like, whoa, wow, this happened. So this is
Yeah,
where
true.
you can't like overthink. You have to trust your partner about it and take their word for it. You can't go witch
True.
hunting for every tiny little thing that might happen, then you and then start questioning your partner about it. No, you did this, you did that, no, show me your phone, you blah blah blah, whatever, which was another problem with my ex, wherein she was insecure about all of it. So
Mm.
security in a relationship is also extremely important, and which of course goes hand in hand with that loyalty.
Well, I have a different opinion on securities. You can't have security. Like that's the reality. You can't have constant security. You can have safety for sure, and that could mean the world to you. You can have safety with your partner. You can talk about your partner as being, you being safe with them.
Mm.
Um, but like security, it's never a thing. That's like saying, oh, tonight is gonna rain for like 5 minutes and then it's gonna go. It doesn't make sense. Security doesn't make sense in a relationship.
I mean, 5 minutes is all it takes
Safety
to make
makes
you wet
sense.
anyway.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, yeah. I said 5 minutes is all it takes to make you wet anyway.
Someone help! Help!
Yeah, anyway, go on.
But yeah, like I don't think. Well, I don't think security is a thing. Safety is definitely a thing.
I mean, it's a little overlapping, of course, in that sense. Not entirely security, but yes, safety. Of course, it's extremely important.
Right. All right. So let's just leave it to the chat then. Do you guys have any questions that you want us to indulge in
Any
for the
final
last couple of
thoughts?
minutes?
Because this is a topic that has no end, and we could just go on and on and on and on about it. And the plan was not for the entire podcast to go this long, although I really had a fun time so far, and I'm sure
Yeah.
Karmical did as well. So I'm glad that we that it got extended and that it was this interactive. So any questions, any final thoughts from anybody, or you can, I mean, Carmichael is going to do the ending, so he's going to have like a, well, he doesn't really have anything prepared or a script, but he's going to do the ending, and then I'm going to switch to a nice music and end it. So you guys have any questions? How many incriminating things have you all said? No limit to it. It's going to happen every podcast, don't worry about it. Okay, I don't think there are any
Yeah.
closing
Yeah.
questions
That's
or
about it
thoughts.
then.
Perfect. Carmichael, take us
Well,
away.
thank you everyone for being here today. It's been a wonderful first episode, and we'll actually keep continuing this. But Sam apparently has to go for a trip. So
Yeah.
we're thinking two once
1st
every two
August.
weeks or something.
Yeah, maybe something like
We
1st August, I think. Or we will we'll
Yeah,
we'll think about it. We'll get back to you guys.
yeah. We just join the Penthouse Discord. Please join the Penthouse Discord. So talking about the Penthouse Discord as well, we are actually doing something interesting this Saturday evening. So we're doing a Cards Against Humanity sort of event. So join that, please. Yep.
Right.
And lastly, that was our opinion on relationships. And if in the future something changes, we'll definitely keep you updated. And that's it. That's it for the first one. Hope to see you for the second one. Check out our socials.
Thank you so much,
Goodbye,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you guys again in our individual streams as well, and also
Mhm.
the podcast. Cue
Yes, sir.
music. Oh wait, I have to cue
Cue the
music.
music.
You guys can still hear me, but not Carmichael. But bye bye. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you guys had a good time. Enjoy your rest of the day, and we'll see you guys again very soon. Bye bye.
Someday I will be the man for the memories. All the stories got me writing all these melodies. Through the struggles and the troubles, I found better me. Mama, don't you worry, promise someday I will be the man. Someday I will be the man, yeah, yeah.
All I wanna do is make moves, kick me, I just go thanks. Need me some racks and a sip just to fill it up. Swear I don't ever go see enough. Feel like the shit I do never gon' be enough. I be inside trying to live it up. Off of the old start, you fall with a kid, you mess with a monster. Take over no karma, just look at the numbers. Now they all know us. Oh, let me pour, getting on.
And on closing thought, guys, check out the Penthouse YouTube channel as well. Bye bye.